The previous differentiation and the integration will be taken sometime afterwards because of some emergency that went. So we are going for a new class, the new subject of your MSET, which is probability. So now let us start the probability now. So first of all, what is probability? So we will see some basic definitions. Everyone can hear me now? Everyone can? Okay. So suppose some basic definitions we will see now. First of all, what is probability? Suppose if I drop this pen, can I measure the impact of this body to the ground? Can I measure? Yes. If I know the height of this dropping and the weight of this pen as well as the gravitational force, we will have the striking force of this pen in the ground we can calculate. So this is called a deterministic experiment. This is called a deterministic experiment. That means you know the values. You know the values very clearly. You can, this is going to happen. Surely it will drop, means only one result can come. What you are going to calculate can come. That's all. But in some cases, there are more than one value will be there. One in some experiments, you will have some more than one value. So we cannot say it is exactly this value it will come. So that type of experiment is called probabilistic experiment or indeterministic experiment. Normally we use the word probabilistic experiment. So probabilistic experiments means experiments which has more than one answer or one outcome. The answer or result, we can say that as outcome. Suppose it is more than one outcome, it is called a probabilistic experiment. Okay. What is that? Very simple normally. Birth of a child, we don't know whether it is boy or a girl. Tossing a coin. So it may be head or a tail. Or today rain will come. We don't know. Rain may come or may not come. Weather forecast is there. So weather forecast, what they are saying? Rain will come, maybe some place. That maybe gives a word change. What is that? It may come or chance of coming. That word chance is a probability. That because it has more than one value. It may come or may not come, or 60% can come, 40% cannot come. So probability means what? It is a chance. So how to calculate? Very simple. We will go for probability. Probability means, very simple understanding we will have. Probability means is equals to, there are many definitions. I don't want all these definitions. We will have a simple thing in our mind, that is possible by favorable or probable. Favorable. I think you are all seeing this. So possible upon, that is favorable by possible. So possible is what? What are all the chances? The number of chances we are having is called possible. So now, two coins you are tossing. What are the possibles can come? Head, 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 tail, tail, head, tail, tail. You will have all these four possibles. So four number of possibles are there. Four number of possibles are there. I will write little big mark. Four number of possibles are there. So out of these four number of possibles, what you want? What is your favor? I want one head at least, or I want one head. One head means what are the chances? Two things are there. So now favorable, possible is 4, and out of that what we want is two number. We are having one number and second number. Two numbers we are having, so we will do, so it is 1 by 2. So now the probability of having one head is what? 1 by 2. So now you understand what you mean by a probability. Now, so what do you mean by probability? We got now. Now, actually, our question when I am noting all the questions, I can understand that the most of the questions are coming from the random variable part. So, what is a random variable? Let me give that. What is a random variable? Okay, now here it is. So now let us have the values like this. Let us take the same example now. What is the same example? Tossing two coins is the example now. So now tossing two coins means what are the, we will put in a simple set. All the outcomes, what are the outcomes? Head, tail, all the outcomes. Head, tail, head, tail. These are the possible outcomes. I can put it in a set. And this possible outcome, this set is called a sample space. Yes. So, S is a set of all possible outcomes. Okay. So, you are writing, asked you to write the big letter. So, okay, I will write. The set of all possible, I think, sir, you can bring the my little bit in between. No, screen it is same, mobile it is not coming. Wait, I will adjust that, nothing is done. Little bit. No, we will put the end there, I will say. Okay, now it is okay. So now I think you are clear now. Okay, we'll give. After finishing this class, we will give to you. Right. This is the set of all possible outcomes we are having, and we will give a number. What I want? I want one head, but means I want head. I want head. So here, how many heads are there? Two heads are there. So what I am doing? I am assigning a number to these values. To this outcome, I am assigning a value. So now let us put, what is a success? Getting head is a success. So for head, we will put 1. For tail, we put 0. What I want, be careful. That word is there. Here I want head. Suppose I want tail means tail gets 1 and head gets 0. So now head we are having. How many heads we are having? 2 heads we are having. Here one head, here one head. So what is this numbers? This number here no head, it is 0. So now we are having 2 heads, 1 head, 0 heads. So we want head only. So we have taken 2 head, 1 head and 0 head. Now you understand now. So let me put this as X. This X has how many values? It is not having only one value, it is having more than one value. So it is a variable. So it takes more than one value means normally we call that as a variable. You know what is constant and what is a variable. Constant means only one value. For example, 5, it is always 5. So it is a constant. One person, Suresh is always Suresh only. So he is a constant. What is a variable? Suppose it has more than one value, it is a variable. Suppose I ask one person from the class, come out without naming it. So anyone can from the class can come out. So it is a variable now. So it takes more than one value. If it takes more than one value, it is a variable. Now it takes what? More than one value. So we can put 2 times 1. We need not put this. We can put like this. 1, 0. So it has how many values? 3 values. So it has more than one value. This value, all the values I take it as a X, and this X takes more than one value. Now, how it takes? Suppose you are tossing two heads now, two coins now. Now you are getting head, you got two heads you got it. Next time, what do you get? You get exactly two heads or single head or zero head. We don't know. That is the main thing. We don't know how many heads we are getting. We may get one head. We may get zero head because two tails can come. We may get two heads again also. So we don't know. So this head takes any one of these values. So it takes more than one value. It takes any one of these values. So it is a variable, but it's not taking in a sequence. Suppose it takes two, we cannot sure again it takes 1 or 0 or 2. So randomly it takes a value. So it is called a random variable. And what values take? I can put x is equal to x. What this means? X is a random variable, takes the value 2. There are many notations on this. So somebody will put x is equal to, normally we are using this one. X is equal to, capital X is equal to small x. It takes 2. So x is equal to 2. What is that? Probability. Now we will go for next probability. Probability of x is equals to x. That means what? The probability of this x taking the value 2 is what? So we know the formula for this. What is that? Favorable by possible. This is the formula. Now what is the possible? 4 possibles are there. It is not 3. 2 times it is coming 1. So how many possibles are there? 4 possibles are there. And out of that, I want this 2 comes. 2 has to get. We want this 2. How many times it is coming? 2 heads are coming, only 1. So we can put 1 by 4. Then how many times this 1 is coming? Out of 4 possibles, 2 times 1 head is coming. So it is 2 by 4. Then how many times 0 is coming? That is no head is coming. Only once no head is coming. So it is again 1 by 4. Now this structure you must understand because most of the problems coming in MCET having this structure. That means what are the numbers we are having and according to that what is the chances. Now if you toss a die, how many times chances will come? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So random variable is, they will determine the random variable. Sorry, they will determine the random variable like this. Toss a die. Toss a die means what are the values will come? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 6 values come. What are the chances? Chances of getting 1 is 1 by 6. Chances of getting 2 is 1 by 6. Okay. So this is so now chance is nothing but probability. So what we get is, for x is equal to x, 2, 1, 0 is the outcome and the chances of getting 2 is 1 by 4. The chances of getting 1 is 2 by 4. The chances of getting 0 is 1 by 4. So these are the chances we are getting. So chances are probabilities of getting. So normally they will determine these 2. Then now let us go for random variable. There are 2 types of random variable. One is discrete random variable, another one is continuous random variable. Discrete random variable means if the random variable takes finite or countably finite. If the random variable takes finite or countably finite, it is called discrete random variable. We are going to use only discrete. Anyhow, I will tell the definition. Finite means what? It is countable. How many pens I am having? I am having 2 pens. I am having 1 pen. So it is finite. Countably infinite. Countably infinite may be many things, but it can be countable. Yes, we can count. For example, rice. This much rice I am taking. It is countable? Yes, but it is infinite because it is very large number. We are not considering that. But it is count. We can count it. 1, 2, 3 rice, 4 rice, 5 rice like this. We can count it. So it is countably infinite. So whenever it is countable and finite, it is called discrete random variable. If the random variable takes in an interval means between 0 and 1 or 1 and 2 or 0 to pi. If the random variable takes 0, 1, 1 to 2 or 0 to 2, 0 to pi, whatever it is, in an interval it is taking means it is called continuous random variable. Now let us concentrate our full concentration on this discrete random variable. We are not going for continuous random variable now at present. So discrete random variable is countable, the random variable x, which takes finite or countably infinite values. It is called discrete random variable. Okay, we got that. Now let us go for that discrete random variable. What are the properties? We call this P of x in the discrete random variable or probability mass function. We tell that as, denote that as probability mass function. This probability mass function of the discrete random variable is defined by this is very, very important. This P of x is always a specified value. Okay, it is a specified value, means it is clearly we can determine the value, that is one, and always greater than or equal to 0, that means it is positive. Then number 2 condition is if you add all the probability function, which will be equal to 1. If you add all the probability function, it is equal to 1. So I will tell this, okay, I think you can see this, right? If you add all this probability function, it is equal to 1. For example, here itself you can add. What do you get? 1 plus 1 by 4 plus 2 by 4 plus 1 by 4. What it is? 1 plus 2 plus 1. It is 4 by 4, which is equals to 1. All the probability function, we must not leave at least 1. We must add all the probability function. Then it is equals to 1. That is the probability mass function for discrete random variable. Okay. So slowly. Okay. Okay. So this I will go a little bit slow. First of all, I thought that we are tossing 2 coins. What are the things happening? HH, HC, TH and TT. And how many values we are giving? H value success. That is what we want is called a success. And for that success we are giving 1. And for failure we are giving 0. So what do you get here? 2 successes are there. So 2 and here 1 and here 0. So this is called just the numbers what they take, or this is called a random variable, and probability of the random variable is 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 1 by 4. And this 1 by 4, okay, what is there? Now understand please, this you are having, this is a probability mass function. I told you this is a discrete random variable. Discrete random variable means which can be counted. You can count how many happenings are there. It is called discrete. Here, not here. Here we can count. This is called discrete random variable. In some cases we are not able to count. It is not infinite. Infinite means don't think that it is very large, which is not able to touch also infinite. We call that as infinite. In some cases, we not know what is going to happen. So are we not able to count? So that is called infinite countable. So finite or countably we can count, but it may be infinite. So it is countably infinite values. Then which has the probability mass function. These two are very, very important. Always it must be greater than or equal to 0. And addition of all the probability function is equals to 1. We have this in mind. So when you go for the problem, you can understand. So these two things have in mind. And one important thing you must have, always the probability word comes means the answer will be in fraction. That is numerator will be less than the denominator. Let me tell this. The numerator will be less than the denominator. So it is, so for example, 5 by 6. So automatically if you go for it, suppose it is 5 by 4 means this is wrong because it is 1 point something will come. Always probability ranges between 0 and 1. So we determine probability in 3 ways. We determine probability in 3 ways. What are the ways? We can determine this by fraction. We can determine this by decimal. It will be decimal. So if you put means, if you suppose it is 1 by 2. If you are having means, what is the decimal? 0.5. So 1 by 4, it is 0.25. So we get the decimal. So probability can be done in fraction, in decimal, and in percentage also. What is 50%? How will you write 50%? 50% can be written as 50 by 100, which is 1 by 2, which is 0.5. So probability can be determined in 3 ways. One is fraction like this, and in that fraction, it is in the numerator value will be less than the denominator value, or P by Q form where P is less than Q. So this is the format we are having for probability, and then it may be written in decimals or it may be written in percentage. Have this in mind. And also probability ranges between 0 and 1. So the range of probability is what? Between 0 and 1. If you put 1 point is there or 2 point is there, means it is wrong. So automatically in the MCQ, the multiple choice question, in the choice, if you are getting 1 point or 2 point, means if the word probability is there, means just leave that. Okay, now let us go for this origin. These two things are very, very important. P of x greater than or equal to 0 and summation over P of x is equal to 1. Here also you can see that it is equal to 1. Now let us go for the next part. Now, and some laws we must know before going for this. What is P of x? Suppose the interval between 0 to 1 is there. You take this interval, or there are many numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. up to 10. Many probabilities are there. We can take out of this P of x greater than or equal to 5. Something we want to understand in the problem. What is P of x greater than or equal to 5? That means is equal to P of, it starts from x is equal to 5 plus P of x is equal to 6 plus P of x is equal to 7 plus P of x is equal to 8 plus P of x is equal to 9 plus P of x is equal to 10. So this is P of x greater than or equal to 5. P of x greater than 5. So it starts, it won't take this one. It starts from P of x is equal to 6 plus P of x is equal to 7 plus P of x is equal to 8 plus P of x is equal to 9 plus P of x is equal to 10. So it starts from this. So it greater than means it is, we are leaving that particular number. Next number onwards we will start. Okay, suppose P of x greater than 5 can be written in another way also. Or P of, let us take this one. Let us take this one. P of x greater than 5 can be written as 1 minus P of x less than or equal to 5. This also you must understand. That means what? 1 minus P of x is equal to 0 plus P of x is equal to 1 plus P of x is equal to 2 plus P of x is equal to 3 plus P of x is equal to 4 plus P of x is equal to 5. So now greater than 5 means up to 5, 0 to up to 5 we have to take. So 1 minus less than or equal to 5 if you taking means greater than 5 can be taken as 1 minus P of X less than or equal to 5. So now let me go for next part. That means I will tell this as this numbers we must note. Suppose A1 and we can write this as if P of X greater than or equal to A means you can write 1 minus P of X less than A. And if P of X less than or equal to A means you can write 1 minus P of X greater than A. If this equal not there means this equal will come here. And now P of X, P of A less than or equal to X less than or equal to B means we can write this as P of X is equal to A plus P of X is equal to A2, A1, A2 we can put it etc. Finally we are getting P of X is equal to B. That means suppose we are taking this up to 1. I want between P of this we are having 0 to 10. Now I want between 2 to 5. P of 2 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 5, which is equals to, which we can write equal to P of X is equals to 2 plus P of X is equals to 3 plus P of X is equals to 4 plus P of X is equals to 5. So now try to understand this. 2 to 5 means P of X is equal to 2, P of X is equal to 3, P of X is equal to 4 and P of X is equal to 5. Suppose, so 4 conditions are there like this. P of 2 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 5, which we already determined. Second one, we will go for the second one. P of 2 less than X less than or equal to 5. And the third one, P of 2 less than or equal to X less than 5. Fourth one, P of 2 less than X less than 5. So now this different conditions we will see now. This one already we have done. P of X is equal to 2, P of X is equal to 3, P of X is equal to 4, P of X is equal to 5. What about this one? Here X is equal to 2 will not come. So it starts from the next number of 2. So it goes P of X is equal to 3, X is equal to 4, X is equal to 5. Now what about this one? It starts from 2, but before 5 it will stop. That is P of X is equal to 2, P of X is equal to 3, P of X is equal to 4. But what about this one in this case? In this case, P of X is equal to, it starts from 3. 3, X is equal to 4 and it won't come to 5. Now we are having this between X is equal to 3 and 4 only coming this. So with this small introduction, all these are basic properties of probability. So now, so some 1 or 2 problems we will have now. Now let us, what are the basic problems will come? Let us think out that basic problem. One problem we will do and after that MSET problems we will do. Okay. So now let us go for that particular problem. For X is equal to X, for X is equal to X, the values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the probability of X is equal to X. This is X is equal to X. Probability of X is equal to X is equals to K, 3K, 5K, 7K, 9K, 11K, 13K. And all these problems what we have discussed, we will see it now. Find first question, find K. When second question, P of X less than 4. Third question, P of x greater than or equal to 5. Fourth question, P of x between P of 3 less than x less than 5 less than 6. It is 6. 5 also we can put it less than 6. Now these questions we will see now, and one more question is there, that also we will discuss after finishing this one. Now find the k. How to find this k now? We know that all this probability is equals to what? 1. That is the second law we have seen. Summation of P of x is equals to 1. We use that. So the answer, how to find the answer? Add this. So summation P of x is equals to 1. We use this probability now. This law now, this condition now. So which is equal to, what is that? K plus 3k plus 5k plus 7k plus 9k plus 11k plus 13k is equals to 1. So we add all these probabilities and we can say that it is equals to 1. Now adding this, what is the number? 4, 9, 16, 16, 25, 36, 46, 49. So 49k is equals to 1, implies k is equals to 1 by 49. So this is the answer for this. If they ask k only, normally one question they will ask what find k. So just add this, put is equal to 1, and what is k, you can take it. So k is equal to 1 by 49. So now let us go for the next problem, P of x. Before that, we have to change this probability function. Okay, so now I will change, because k we got it now, so we can change this answer now. After that, we will go for this problem. Now k is equal to, so let me write here, k is equals to 1 by 49. So this is the answer. Now let us go for this one, all the other questions. And now this one will become, we will write this as x is equal to x is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now P of x is equals to x is equals to, now we are put all these things here, 1 by 49 in k. So what do you get? For 0 it is 1 by 49, for 1 it is 3 by 49, for 2 it is 5 by 49, for it is 7 by 49, for 4 it is 9 by 49, 11 by 49, and 13 by 49. So now we got the total probability function. This is called probability function. Now our probability mass function. So now we got this value. Now we find each one. We found this. Now we find P of x less than 4. P of x less than 4 is what? Two ways we can write. One thing is you add P of x is equal to 0 plus P of x is equal to 1 plus P of x is equal to 2 plus P of x is equal to 3. So this is one way. Less than 4. Okay. So now x is equal to 0. 1 by, you can put 1 by 49 plus this next is 3 by 49 plus 5 by 49 plus 7 by 49. So since all the denominators are equal, we can add just in the top. So what do you get? 8 plus 7, 15 plus 1, 16 by 49. The answer is 16 by 49. So this is one way. This is one way. The answer is 16 by 49. This is one way. Another way is, I will write it here. Another way is very easy. That is P of x less than 4 is equals to 1 minus P of x greater than or equal to 4. So that means what? Is equals to 1 minus P of x greater than or equal to 4 is what? What are the things? 9 by 49. So P of x is equals to 4 plus P of x is equals to 5 plus P of x is equal to 6. So you get 1 minus x is equal to 4 is what? 9 by 49. X is equal to 5 is 11 by 49 plus 13 by 49. So now 1 minus, add this 3. 20, 33 by 49. So which is equals to 16 by 49. So we can do like this also, and we can do like this also. So in two ways we can do this. So please understand the concept. Probability total is 1. So up to one part we are going, the remaining part. So what we can do, if you want, you can go up to this part, or remaining reverse also we can take it. That is what this reverse means. We can call this as complement of this. So using complement also we can find the answer. So we got this answer. Now let us go for the second problem. P of x greater than or equal to 5. So let me rub this. So I rubbed accidentally the values. X is equal to x is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. P of x is equal to x is equals to 1 by 49, 3 by 49, 5 by 49, 7 by 49, 9 by 49, 11 by 49, 13 by 49. Accidentally I rubbed this. Now let us go for P of third question. P of x greater than or equal to 5 is equals to P of x is equal to 5 plus P of x is equal to 6. So we can find it because only 2. If we go reverse, it will take more. So we will go for, it is 11 by 49 plus 13 by 49, which is equals to 24 by 49. So it is equals to 24 by 49. So we can find it is 24 by 49. Now let us go for this value. That is P of 3 less than x less than 6. What it is? It is P of 3. We cannot take it because no equal to is there. Next number of this one we have to take. P of x is equals to, what is the value? 4 plus P of x is equal to 5. We cannot take P of x is equal to 6 because less than 6 it is given. So x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 5 is 9 by 49 plus 11 by 49, which is equals to 20 by 49. So now we finish. These are the some of the basic problems normally asked in MSET. But each they will not ask all the problems. They will ask only any one. They can ask to find k, and we will see while we are taking the MSET problems. We can see that what they are asking actually. We can find that one also. And one more question I told you. Let me one more question to this particular question. One more question is also there. Find the minimum value of. So let us go for that question. Sometimes one time I have seen that. Find the minimum value of x. That means find the minimum or smallest minimum value of x for which minimum value of x for which P of x less than or equal to x is equals to is greater than 1 by 2. That means for each value, when it is greater than 1 by 2, we have to find that. When it is greater than 1 by 2, we have to see that one. Okay, first one, P of x less than or equal to 0, it is 1 by 49. It is not greater than 1 by 2. P of x less than or equal to 1, which is 0 and 1. P of x is equal to 0 plus P of x is equal to 1. So what do you got here? It is 1 by 49 plus 3 by 49. It is 4 by 49, which is also not greater than 1 by 2. So next P of x less than or equal to 2. It is 4 by 49. That is, we have to add 1, 2 and 3. So 4 by 49 plus 5 by 49, which is 9 by 49, which is also not greater than 1 by 2. Now next we are having P of x less than or equal to 3. X less than or equal to 3 means we have to add 9 by 49. Up to 2 we are adding this, plus 3 is what? 7 by 49, which is 16 by 49, which is also not greater than 1 by 2. Now next P of x less than or equal to 4 is equals to 16 by 49 plus next number is 4, x is equal to 4, 9 by 49. So it is 25 by 49. So it is 25 by 49. So we can have this 25 by 49 we are having. Very good. But 25 by 49 is what? Is greater than 1 by 2. So this is the smallest value or minimum value where P of x less than or equal to x is greater than 1 by 2. The answer is P of x less than or equal to 4. The 4 is the answer. So what is the smallest number or minimum number? The number is 4. So where we are getting 25 by 49. So this is also one of the some questions they are asking. Now, and these are the some of the tips I am giving to you. That is about probability we discussed very clearly. About the problems, what is the random variable we discussed. What are the conditions we are having? That is summation P of x is always equals to 1. That is also we have discussed. Now one type of problem where we get all these types we discussed. Now next we will go for our distribution. So some questions before going for distribution, there are two types of distributions you are having. One is binomial distribution and another one is Poisson distribution. So before going for distribution, let us have some problems. Some basic problems what they are asking in MSET. We will see it now. So all the basic problems. So let us take the problem. We will go for one by one. Now let me rub completely this. So before going for this, I want to introduce further two things before going for binomial or Poisson or going for this problem. I want to make two things to understand. So now we will have these things we are having. Now passing of two heads, I told you. So what are the values? X is equal to x. We are getting 0, 1, 2. P of x is equal to x. We are getting. What are the things? Now here 0 is 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 1 by 4. So now we got, this is the experiment of tossing two coins. So head means it is two heads. Head tail or tail head means one head, and 0 head. So that is two tails we are getting, means these are the probability. Now here, what is the mean? Mean means average. Average of the probability is what? Mean we want to know, variance we want to know, or standard deviation we want to know. So we know that square of the standard deviation is variance, or root of variance is standard deviation. Now let us have this one. First of all, mean. How to find this? Mean is nothing but summation x P of x. So mean is otherwise called E of x. E of x is equals to, mean is equals to summation x P of x. X is this one and P of x is this one. Average of this is what? So we can find this 0 into P of x 1 by 4 plus 1 into 2 by 4 plus 2 into 1 by 4. This is the mean. Just add this. 0 into 1 by 4 is 0. So it is 1 by 4 plus 2 by 4 plus 2 by 4. So 1 by 4, 2 plus 1 by 2, mean is equal to 1. And next variance. Variance how to calculate? Okay. Variance mean is equal to 1. Very good. Then variance is what? Before going for variance, we must know E of x square. E of x square is summation x square p of x. And variance is equals to E of x square minus E of x the whole square. That means mean square. So variance is equals to what? Variance is equals to E of x square minus E of x the whole square. These two things they will call this as sigma square. Sigma square is equals to E of x square minus E of x the whole square. This have in mind. Now E of x square, how you calculate? Square this and add this. That is what? E of x square into P of x is 0 square into 1 by 4 plus 1 square into 2 by 4 plus 2 square into 1 by 4. That is square of this into this, square plus square of this into this plus square of this into this. Likewise, we have to find. So what do you get? 0 plus 2 by 4 plus 4 by 4 is 1. So we have to add this as 1 by 2 plus 1. So now this is and variance is what? This E of x square minus this E of x whole square we have to find. So 1 by 2, you got the answer, that is right. So these are some of the basics we must understand. Let me consolidate all the basics. Let me consolidate all the basics what we are learned until now. First we started with what is probability, and we seen that probability always remains from 0 to 1, and probability can be determined by three methods. That is, they can be determined by fractions, they can be determined by decimals, they can be determined by percentages. So three things probability can be determined. Probability is equals to favorable by possible. Very easy to understand, very easy to keep in mind. Then we went for the discrete random variable. What is the random variable? What is the discrete random variable we have done? And the discrete random variable always takes a value which is finite or countably infinite values. Countably infinite means it is countable, but we don't know how much it is going to end. So it is called countably infinite values. So many infinite examples are there. What is countably infinite? I have told you what it means by countably infinite. Now next probability is how what is the condition for the probability? Mass function, which is, it says that it is always greater than or equal to 0, and if the summation of probability is equal to 1. And we went for the mean and variance. Mean is x into p of x, and variance is x square into sigma x square into p of x. So variance is equal to E of x square minus E of x the whole square. E of x square is nothing but x square into p of x we are having, and variance is equal to E of x square minus E of x x the whole square. Once you got this in mind, then we can go for the problem. Most of the problems is very, very simple. Normally mean they are saying it as m or x bar, whatever it is a mean, and sigma square is the variance, or sigma is the standard deviation. So with this, I think you commanded all the some small problems, how to find it we have seen, how we are using these problems also we have seen. With this, I stop today. You learn everything. You just recollect everything. It is enough. Once you recollect all these things, what I described now, if you recollect, means tomorrow when you go for the problem, it is very, very simple. Just some gimmick we have to do so that we can get the answers very fast. We can do the answers. So with this, I stop the class today. Thank you very much for joining to me for this probability class. Thank you very much. Just first stop it. Yeah.